Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. We have a live stream today at 4 p.m. Pacific time if you want to catch that. But in the meantime, quick story here. Demi Burnett shades Colton Underwood when asked who he should date next. She said someone that he won't stalk. Let me tell you something. Demi can't help but stay out of the news, and I love every minute of it. There's something, we say the truth is said in jest, and a lot of times humor can be used to really just cut through things. And she's got that personality type where she can't help but get a quip in. You could see in this clip I'm about to share with you that Demi was like not wanting to say the obvious. She says it. Then the two people interviewing her just laugh in an awkward way, and then they move on with the conversation. And it's like, why can't we have the conversation? You know? Anyway, folks, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to this content if you enjoy it. I really appreciate that. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And in the meantime, let's get into this. So here's the Us Weekly article. You know, there's a bunch of smut articles about this. I guess I'm just a smut video about this. Demi Burnett shades Colton Underwood. So, they get into that whole story. Let's just watch the clip here. Let's watch the clip. This is from Daily Pop. I got to tell you something. These shows are atrocious. And I don't blame the, commentators, whatever. There's just that constant techno music in the background and the huff, 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 huff. It's very Hunger Games meets celebrity gossip news. But anyway, folks, let's see what Demi has to say about Colton Underwood.
I get it.
It's tough. That was a really tough year, but we have to ask you about Colton. What kind of man would you want to see Colton end up with? Oh, pipe and tea.
I know. Someone that he won't stalk.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you, I'm going to pick that back. I'm going to grab that basketball. Would you ever, forgot the question, Rebecca, what am I asking now?
Oh, look at me.
Yes.
Would you ever do The Bachelorette
yes.
and go 50-50 with the contestants, men and women?
Of course I would, yes. I think that's the greatest idea.
Why have they not
Have they not approached you about that?
That's what you
Well, the thing that they say is that it could, like, all the contestants would end up, like, hooking up with each other if everyone was bi on the season. And I'm like, no, that's not how it is, because whenever you're there, you're focused on the lead. So if you're focused on the lead, which is me, then you wouldn't be worried about hooking up with each other.
The guy's
trying to hook up with me.
The guy's looking at her like, no, we would definitely be hooking up with each other.
It's a quick elimination for you, right? You
Exactly, like,
so
go,
fast.
okay. Yeah, if you want to hook up with each other, then go.
People would be doing it in the bushes.
I think that is a great season, and that is a season I would watch. For more Daily Pop, check.
But he's got the zingers, and I hate it when someone tells a good joke and then they just kind of keep on moving. It's like, no, and embrace his laughter, improv, rise, A plus B equals C. How does it work? Get out there, heighten it. Oh, come on, put me on the show, coach. I'm ready to go. Okay, so look, garbage. Oh my gosh, this one hurt to watch. I'm going to make a video about it. Come on, Dave. Come on. Make a video about this. This one hurt to watch. All right, Demi, she took about 3 hours to get to it. She was like, well, somebody who doesn't track them, whatever she said. The thing, okay, maybe a little better timing. Like, if you're going to say it, Demi, you might as well stick it hard. What do you want Colton to do? Find a boy he's not going to put a tracking device under the trunk of her car, whatever the case may be. Oh, right. So she says that. And look, hey, that's the criticism you're going to get. Part of me actually kind of felt bad. I do kind of feel bad about my coverage of Colton. Two things can be correct, right? You can feel bad about your coverage of something, but also feel like you're doing the right thing. And I feel like both those things where it's like the guy's never properly talked about his own, the battle that he had with his toxic love and coming out and all the issues that surrounded him stalking and harassing Cassie. So she's kind of she's this collateral damage to his coming out story. Now he's got the Netflix series coming out. They say they're going to address it. Now, could they have just been saying that to get some heat off of them? Maybe. But as we know, we're going to watch it and we're going to see, was it a proper way to address everything that went down or not? Guesses are legally involved. People just get all shy and they don't share, the full out, all the info, just like we saw here. Demi makes a joke and she's like, well, let's move on. I forgot what I was going to say. It's like, oh, come on, improv a little, take a groundlings class. You know what I mean? So this is from I never reported on this story from a couple weeks ago. I planned on it, but I was just like, I'm trying to give the guy his space because I understand where he's coming from. He's trying to move on from Bachelor. He comes out of the closet. He wants to try new things. He wants to move on from The Bachelor. So when there was a PPP story about people that took money that was probably shady, his charity took money, but it was done on the books and seems to be as fair as it's going to get for people who are taking money. So anyway, the title is Colton Underwood, I Don't F With The Bachelor Anymore, which was just a kind of a, you could tell from the, and again, I'm not trying to make a story out of nothing here, but obviously they already did. You can tell from the wording of that all that there's a lot of bitterness there. And even if you are, Colton's the hero in his own story, right? We're all the hero in our own stories. He's doing the best with the information he has. God knows we all want to know why he put the tracking device under the hood of her car, duct taped it under the trunk or whatever. God knows we all want to know that. Never denied it, settled it, whatever the case may be. Now they're not talking about it. Now, we understand he's moving on, but his whole identity, going on The Bachelor in Paradise, becoming the Bachelor, Bachelorette, all those things revolved around him building his clout through the Bachelor fan base. And now he's saying, I'm over it, I'm moving on. And it's like, I get that sentiment, but that's like, no, you have to in some ways support the people that built you up and still support you because they come from that community. I can understand he's over people like me and people like Demi kind of sort of, I don't want to say taunting him, but saying like, hey, we don't buy your story. You have a clear victim here. Talk out about it. Most people that are murdered by somebody that they knew. It's usually like a loved one. It's the statistics of domestic violence and issues like that are banana land. Now, all we're saying is, get in front of the story, which he hasn't, but get in front of the story and just talk about it. Talk about why you decided to do X, Y, and Z, what you were going through. We all know you had COVID and you had the pressures of the world to come out. Like all these things we know now, we're almost like we want to feel compassion and feel empathy. We're like waiting to, we're like, please give us something so we can grapple onto that. He said, please stop lumping me in with The Bachelor. The season 23 start 29 wrote in a since deleted Instagram story post on Monday. Now, let me ask you this. Did he delete it or was it an Instagram story that went away? He says, I don't F with them anymore. They don't F with me. Point blank. In the post, Underwood, who came out as gay in April, explained that he had received money from the federal government to use toward his Colton Underwood Legacy Foundation, which helps children living with cystic fibrosis. Let me save you the clickbait headline, he captioned a screenshot of news coverage. My nonprofit filed for a PPP because we canceled our charity events for the year. We help people living with CF. I don't make a dime from my nonprofit. Well, technically, and I don't want, I agree with PPP, but technically the money should go to the payroll. So someone's making, this is what's up with charities, right? Somebody's making money. Someone's profiting off of the charity. So I feel like that should always be audited, like every charity should. And churches, looking at you, tax exemption. But the point is that, I'm sure it's for a good cause. I'm not trying to question that. But I would be, if someone did say, hey, we audited Colton's charity spending, I would say, I'd like to look into that, because some charities, like 90, every charity is different, but some charities, a giant percentage goes to like CEO and corporate executives and this and that. And it's like, it doesn't go to actual helping people. My nonprofit filed, so he said all that. Underwood was loaned $11,000. Bachelor, and again, we're not trying to nickel and dime over 11 grand. I'm assuming. So here's the screen grab. Let me save the clickbait headline. The only problem with this, if this was run through a PR person, if this was just like, processed through a PR person, you wouldn't include the I don't F with them anymore. They don't F with me. That there's too much left for interpretation there. We need to work on our communication, Colton. What needs to be said is something like, whatever the case may be, but that's kind of like it, that will be taken out of context, not by us. We read the whole thing, but by some people. I don't F with Bachelor Nation. We sort of understand that, but at the same time, you hope that you can maintain whatever friendships that exist, and I hope you don't feel like you're completely ostracized from the community there. I think the truth is that you made a big mistake. And a lot of people don't feel like you've paid the price for that. All that has come from your big mistake, stalking and harassing your ex, is you got a Netflix deal and you've got bigger exposure. And of course, you came out of the closet. And that's good that you did that. It's just the profiting off of that has rubbed people the wrong way. Anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think. We love Demi. I do. I really appreciate anyone who can be authentic and say what they're thinking, even if it's something you disagree with. So do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. We have a 4 p.m. live stream. So much content coming your way. My computer's literally going to melt. I'm processing so many videos right now. So enjoy all that. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.